Hey y'all, I'm back again with another video. In today's video, we're going to be doing a retwist. This is my third retwist. I'm in my fourth month and I am so excited, y'all. As y'all can tell, a retwist is much needed. I have new growth and my retwist really lasted a nice little while. But I'm going to show you guys how I do my retwist using aloe vera gel. So the very first thing you're going to need is aloe vera. I use natural aloe vera from the plant. I got it from my local grocery store. And then I also used some essential oils. I use peppermint and tea tree because that aloe vera be stinking, okay? It be smelling like arms, onions, and these essential oils are really good on my scalp. So you're going to cut your aloe vera into 4 sections depending on how big your aloe vera leaf is. Mine wasn't that big, so I cut it into 4s. I'm not really going to go into depth with how I make my aloe vera gel. I do have a video on that, me making it for the very first time. It's actually a little funny. If y'all want to, y'all can check that out. I will put that in the description box. I'm just basically going to just go over and show you guys a gist of what I do. So I cut it up and I take the aloe vera and I just scrape the gel off of the plants. It's a little tricky at first. Like I said, you guys can check that video out and see exactly how I do it step by step. So now I'm just going to add in a couple drops of peppermint, just a few drops, and a few drops of the tea tree oil for that smell good and for that nice soothing feeling on my scalp. I do have really bad dandruff and that tea tree oil does help tons. I add a little bit of water sometimes because it just kind of loosens up the texture. I don't really like it too thick on my hair. So I'm going to go in with my oil. I use this oil for my retwist only and my edges. It's a Jamaican black castor oil mix. I'm also going to be using that aloe vera gel that I made along with some hair clips. And you need a rat tail comb for parting. Claw clips, you gotta have claw clips. Keep the hair out the way. Some scissors and a water bottle to keep your hair nice and wet as you're retwisting. So I'm just taking the oil initially and putting it all over my scalp. The Jamaican black castor oil that I have in this. I also have some hemp oil in here. And basically this is just gonna help soothe my scalp and lock in some moisture. My scalp gets super dry. So now I'm just gonna section my hair and I retwist row by row, and I always start from the back. So that's all I'm doing here, just separating and sectioning, seeing what my parts is looking like in case I need to pull out that rat tail comb and even some stuff out. My parts initially aren't the best, but that really wasn't a big thing to me. My parts didn't have to be too perfect. I just wanted to make sure that my locks were a certain size. So if y'all see my crooked parts, just know that I know that they there and I don't care. Okay. So initially I spray the roll with my spray bottle using purified water. I do have purified water in that bottle only. And then I take that oil mixture and I just run it along that hairline just to give it that nourishment. I want to keep my roots strong, so that's why I use the Jamaican black castor oil mix on my roots, because I want to keep them nice and tight and strong and healthy, you know what I'm saying? So now I'm just singling out that first lock, mixing up my aloe vera just to make sure those oils, that water and all that is mixed in really good. I'm taking a little bit of that aloe vera. I only put enough to wet the root of my hair. I love that silky, moisturized feeling that the aloe vera gives me. And I must say that I see myself using aloe vera for most of my retwists just because I trust it more than gel, even though I know buildup can happen with oil, aloe vera, or whatever the case may be. I just really love the aloe vera. Aloe vera is good for your scalp, especially if you have excessive dandruff or seborrheic dermatitis. Aloe vera has so many good properties to it, and it's ultra moisturizing. Just by me putting this aloe vera on my hair, it softened it on its own without me having to put too much oil. So to go over what I'm doing, I'm spraying the lock, then applying the aloe vera gel, trying to keep hair away from the parts. Those straight hairs be all up in the business, okay? That's one of the reasons why I use that banana clip, to kind of keep those stray hairs out of the way. And then I'm gently twisting. I don't over twist. I, in my opinion, don't feel like I twist tight enough, but I rather have a loose retwist than a tight one, just because I don't want all the attention on my roots, especially in the back, because my hair is a lot finer in the back and the locks in the back are a little smaller than the rest. Now, at first, when I did my very first retwist, I struggled with clip placement. I'm getting better and better as I go. It's part of the journey, but I think I got it almost down pat as far as not applying so many clips. With my very first retwist, y'all, I had about 1,000 clips in my hair, and it took forever for my hair to dry. I watched a few videos, and I kind of learned to place the clips kind of diagonally on the root to kind of hold the twist. And then as you go, you kind of find an open clip to attach different locks to. As I go further on into retwisting my hair, you guys, I'll show you how I add a lock to a clip that's already holding on to a lock already.
Killers, shot, tell them, just on round up, on my mama, made a promise, Junior watching, I be on my, Junior watching, I be on my, tell them this, did he miss, Junior watching, I be on my, I can't really see where did I miss, Junior watching, I be on my.
So now I'm on the next row, and I'm starting on that very first lock on that row. And I hadn't mentioned this before, but I am retwisting all of my locks in a clockwise direction. So I'm twisting all of my locks to the right. So now I'm on that second lock on that same second row, and this lock, once I twist it, I'm going to add that to an existing clip. Well, a clip that's already attached to a lock. This is how I minimize how many locks I use. I just look for a clip that's not open, if that makes sense. I look for one that's kind of tight on the existing lock. And then I just take that lock and attach it to the same one, and they both stay in place. Sometimes I pull the bottom ones down a little just in case. It kind of pulls the bottom row locks up, just so I don't have that permanent little indentation for this retwist. And that's the basics of it. That's basically how I retwist all over my head. So I'm gonna be quiet. I'll show you guys how I do the front. My camera angle wasn't that good for the front. I was trying to show you guys from the side, but I'll show that anyway, so you guys enjoy, and I'll show you guys the finished result after this.
Claps.
And this is what we're looking like all done. My hair was still soaking wet. I don't know if y'all can see that t-shirt, but it is soaked. And I went to bed, y'all. I let it dry, and this is what it looks like. This is without me moisturizing the locks. I had just taken the clips out, so I look a mess, but this is initially what it looks like. After moisturizing, this is what it looks like. I sprayed my hair with my oil and water mixture, and I'm in love. The retwist came out bomb, y'all. Make sure y'all hit that like button if you haven't already, because it helps my channel so much. And y'all be easy. Bye. I know you